The Shroud of Turin, a sacred relic believed to carry the image of Jesus Christ, has captivated believers and skeptics alike for centuries. But now, something astonishing has surfaced. A scientific blood analysis of the shroud has revealed a shocking truth. A discovery that could challenge everything we thought we knew. Could this be the proof the world has been waiting for? Or another twist in the tale of the most mysterious artifact in history? Stick around, because what we're about to uncover might just change your view forever. Let's start at the beginning. The Shroud of Turin is a long linen cloth, approximately 14 feet long and 3.5 feet wide, bearing the faint image of a man who appears to have suffered a violent death. Many believe this man to be Jesus of Nazareth. The man on the cloth seems to have been scourged, crowned with thorns, crucified, and pierced in the side, details that mirror the biblical account of Jesus' suffering and death. The earliest confirmed appearance of the shroud dates back to the 14th century in Lirey, France. A French knight named Geoffroy de Charny is believed to have first displayed the shroud in a church he founded. However, legends and apocryphal records suggest that the cloth's history may go back much further, possibly even to the time of Christ himself. Some traditions trace its journey through Edessa, modern-day Sanliurfa, Turkey, where it was said to have been hidden in a wall for centuries before being rediscovered and moved to Constantinople. Following the sack of Constantinople in 1204, the shroud disappeared from public view. It eventually resurfaced in France and passed through several hands before being transferred to the House of Savoy. In 1578, it was moved to its current home in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy. To many Christians, the shroud is more than just a historical object. It's a physical connection to Jesus, a relic of his crucifixion and resurrection, imbued with spiritual meaning and divine mystery. It has been venerated by millions, displayed for popes and pilgrims, and serves as a powerful symbol of suffering and redemption. But from the start, the shroud has been controversial. The Catholic Church has never officially claimed it to be the burial cloth of Jesus, but it has allowed for veneration and encouraged scientific study. This careful stance has fueled centuries of debate and investigation. Is it a holy relic or a clever medieval forgery? Could it be a miraculous imprint of the resurrection moment, or simply a medieval artistic creation designed to inspire faith? Let's take a closer look at what makes this linen so unique. The image on the shroud shows a front and back view of a man with wounds consistent with crucifixion, nail marks in the wrists and feet, wounds on the head that could suggest a crown of thorns, scourge marks across the back and legs, and a wound in the side. These marks align closely with the gospel descriptions of Jesus' passion. What's remarkable is how the image was formed. It's not painted, dyed, or drawn in any traditional way. Under close inspection, there are no pigments, brushstrokes, or applied materials that explain the image. The coloration exists only on the topmost fibers of the cloth and has been compared to a scorch mark. In fact, the image acts like a photographic negative, a discovery made in 1898 when amateur photographer Secondo Pia took the first photo of the shroud. In 1978, a team of over 30 scientists from the Shroud of Turin Research Project, or STURP, was granted rare access to the shroud. Over the course of several days, they conducted a wide range of tests, including X-ray fluorescence, spectroscopy, ultraviolet photography, and blood analysis. One of the most fascinating results came from the blood analysis. They found traces of human blood on the shroud, particularly in the areas corresponding to the hands, feet, head, and side, consistent with wounds from crucifixion and a crown of thorns. After various biochemical tests, researchers identified the blood as type AB. This blood type is relatively rare, found in only about 3 to 5% of the global population, but is more commonly found among people of Middle Eastern descent. What's even more interesting is that the AB blood type has also been found on another revered Christian relic, the Sudarium of Oviedo, a cloth believed to have covered Jesus' face after death. If both relics are authentic and both contain the same blood type, it would strengthen the case for their connection to a single historical figure. However, not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that the blood could have been applied later, or that the cloth could have been contaminated through centuries of handling, exposure to elements, and repeated folding and unfolding. These factors may have altered the chemical composition of the materials tested. Skeptics also question the methods used in the 1978 analysis, noting that the technology at the time was limited and that modern testing could yield different results. Furthermore, protein degradation over time can make it difficult to determine blood type with absolute certainty from ancient cloth. Still, supporters of the shroud's authenticity point out that the blood stains themselves are anatomically and physiologically accurate. The flow patterns, clotting, and placement align with known medical science, details that would have been incredibly difficult for a medieval artist to replicate, especially without the anatomical knowledge we have today. If the AB blood type results are accurate and the blood is truly ancient, what does this mean? For believers, it could offer powerful evidence that the shroud once wrapped the body of Jesus of Nazareth. It would be an astonishing confirmation of faith, and a link to one of history's most pivotal events. It would also raise profound questions. How did the image form? Why is the blood type so rare? Could this be a physical imprint of a miraculous event? In 1988, carbon-14 dating was conducted on a small corner of the shroud. The test was performed by 3 independent laboratories in Oxford, Zurich, and Tucson. The results suggested that the cloth originated between 1260 and 1390 AD, placing it squarely in the medieval era. For many scientists and media outlets, this result seemed to settle the matter. But almost immediately, researchers and critics began to question the test's reliability. The sample tested came from a corner of the shroud that had been damaged and repaired after a fire in 1532. This area may not have been original linen, and could have contained cotton or other newer materials introduced during the repair process. Additionally, contamination from smoke, bacteria, and centuries of handling could have skewed the radiocarbon results. In 2005, chemist Raymond Rogers published findings suggesting that the tested area was chemically different from the rest of the shroud and had indeed been rewoven. Because of these concerns, many now believe the carbon dating test was flawed, and that the true age of the shroud remains unknown. Since 1988, new technologies have opened fresh avenues of research. Advanced imaging techniques such as ultraviolet fluorescence photography, infrared thermography, and spectral analysis have revealed details invisible to the naked eye. Some researchers have found pollen grains embedded in the fabric from plants native only to the Middle East, supporting the theory that the shroud once traveled through the Holy Land. Others have conducted 3D reconstructions of the image, discovering that it contains spatial information, almost like a topographic map. Despite decades of study, no one has been able to fully explain how the image was created. Theories range from a burst of radiant energy to chemical reactions to artistic hoaxes, but none have matched all the observable data. Today, the shroud continues to fascinate both scientists and theologians. Some are calling for a new round of testing with today's advanced equipment. DNA testing, microanalysis, and even artificial intelligence could help uncover new clues. But access to the shroud is strictly limited, and any future tests would require Vatican approval. Whether authentic or not, the shroud has left a deep mark on human culture. It has been the subject of countless books, documentaries, academic papers, and debates. It has inspired artists, poets, and pilgrims across generations. Even skeptics often acknowledge the shroud's mystery and complexity. It defies easy answers and challenges the boundaries between science, faith, and art. So why does the shroud continue to hold such power over our imagination? Perhaps because it touches on the most profound questions we can ask. Who was Jesus? Did he really rise from the dead? Can an object carry the imprint of a miracle? The Shroud of Turin remains one of the most studied and most mysterious artifacts in the world. And still we ask, who is the man on the cloth? What do you think? Is the Shroud of Turin truly the burial cloth of Jesus? Or is it one of history's greatest hoaxes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.